Hey, it is, uh-oh, I don't even know the date. It's September 15th, right?
Yes.
It's Monday.
Yes.
It's about 11 o'clock in the morning here in California, and that would be like, you're still like on a different time.
I'm
probably.
okay. I'm fine.
It's still, it's getting late in the evening for you, except you probably had a couple of good night's sleeps last night, huh? We are gearing up for camp, and Vanessa got here yesterday.
Totally fried.
Yeah, it's about 11-hour flight, 9-hour time change, and
customs give me a hassle.
And so, yeah, that was really interesting. Let's talk about that for a second, because we had our dear friend Sandy. It was up there waiting at the airport and waiting and waiting and waiting. She says the plane landed 2.5 hours ago. Karina is already through. She was on the same flight, and she was off with my sister to pick up Karina's son at a different terminal. And we're still no news from Vanessa. And the customs people were
giving me a hard time.
Yeah.
They didn't trust me.
Yeah. And how could
why
you not
are
trust
you
that
here?
face? That was it. They wanted to know why she was here.
So who are you visiting? New Hogan. Who are you visiting? New Hogan. Who?
She made the mistake of telling them that she was here for a guitar camp, and they didn't believe it. That was it. You could have just said, I'm visiting relatives or friends, but no, she told them the truth and got detained.
Yep, they did.
So I think they were mostly concerned about whether she was going to be taking a lot of American dollars back to Holland.
Yeah, that would be a crime.
Yeah, so like last year you took a guitar back there and got in a little bit of trouble for that, right?
Yeah.
Had to pay.
Eventually I did pay taxes for it.
Yeah, I figured as much.
For a second-hand guitar.
Right.
That was really, well.
Yeah, okay.
I have a beautiful guitar now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, who is not joining us this year, but he sent me a nice message. That was Rob Mazzoli, wasn't it, or not?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
It was the other Rob that's not coming. Rob Harris.
Yeah. Got a few notes from me. He's
yeah. Yep. Sorry, I got my two Robs confused. So, so what's going on? Nothing. We're just here. It's Monday again. Like I mentioned, we are trying to gear up for camp. I've got my yard full of stuff. I need like 3 truckloads of stuff this time to get there. A few people are coming in early tomorrow. I have a lesson today with Mark Weston, who has dropped in on the forum a little bit lately. He's in town a little bit early, so he's coming in. And we are getting really excited about the whole camp thing with everybody. I think the general response to the new layout or this year's plan has been really good. People will be playing a lot, playing and performing a lot.
Yeah, lots of volunteers for the open mics.
Yeah.
They'll be full.
Yeah, and Vanessa will be leading some campfire type sing-alongs, and also, I don't think I told you this, but the first night, I think I put it on the schedule though. So tomorrow night or Wednesday night, I figured you and I would like play a few songs first to sort of get the open mic rolling.
All right.
And that might mean we should probably like play something together.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So I've got a song I wanted you to learn. It goes like this.
Oh sure. I can do that.
Yeah, you do that. This is what John Renbourn did to Stefan Grossman. Okay. Now, let me hear that. Go. Okay. Let's try something easier. Sessions like this. Okay, take it.
No. Oh. You go ahead.
Wait. All you need is a couple
I'm
notes.
doing fine here.
Okay.
I'm just singing to type. I'm not the lead player.
So what song was that?
Well, Neil Young?
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's okay. That's pretty good.
What was it?
That was Down by the River.
Oh, of course.
Now, just today when we were testing out your iPad, you dialed up what song? Did you even notice what you had to pick up?
Cowgirl in the Sand.
Cowgirl in the Sand. Remember how that one goes?
I need to pick.
There you go. Wow, you know the words and the melody and everything?
I
All right,
think so.
Great.
This is place I'm looking for. Can I stay?
A minor.
He kept putting me on the spot, doesn't he?
Now, very typical Neil Young lead.
Oh, really? Just hanging on to one note. Hello, Ruby in the dust. As I'm going rose purple words on the green background. To be a woman and to be together. Oh, and now to change your name when so many love you say it's more than you makes feel way as
Just ended on A major right now.
Alright. There's one more,
You can say the other verse for later.
yeah, alright.
What is it? It's the Woman of My Dreams verse.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's the Ruby verse.
I really do like this song. Usually
Really?
I sing it the half step down. Yeah, I love.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I don't consider myself a Neil Young fan, but I do like a lot of his songs. It's weird, but
Well, you know, one thing about that has always, I guess what really drew me to him in the first place was these long jamming songs, because when I was a teenager,
Right.
my buddy Mike and I would play these till all hours of the night. We'd play the same song for an
really?
hour
Yeah.
and practice playing solos over it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I learned a lot about improvising
Cool.
with these 2-chord progressions.
Yeah.
And it was those two songs, matter of fact. And that's
Right.
what one of the big things that I'll be doing at camp is leading some Neil Young jams.
Cool.
Particularly those Down by the River. I think I sent out the list. You guys can all check it. But hopefully everybody knows the chords to those, or at least the chords to the jamming parts. You don't necessarily have to know the chords to the sing-along parts. We may not even be singing them, but who knows. So, and then some of the songs that you will be hoping people will join in on would be like what?
oh, you know, to
Mr.
California,
Bojangles? Hotel California?
Proud Mary.
Yeah,
Listen to the music.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
No, it's just EA. I know.
Oh, but you gotta be able to-
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just right? And someone, well, exactly what you're
Right,
doing.
I do this
So,
part, yeah.
Exactly.
But
So,
you know what?
so
That's
that'll be
complicated rhythm though on that too. You got to get that syncopated change, but that's good.
They can do it.
We got to
You can
push
do
people.
it.
Right.
fine. Exactly.
You got to get out of the comfort zone. We're inviting everybody here to bring plenty
Absolutely.
of liquid. No. Encourage, whatever it's going to take for you to.
And a couple of Eagles songs,
stretch.
Take It Easy, and you know, all of them. It'll be fine.
Tequila Sunrise.
Tequila Sunrise, there you go.
Yeah.
A couple of Beatles, maybe.
Mhm.
Just to, you know,
Yeah.
should work fine. Oh gosh, do I know it? Which one? Oh, now I got it. I ain't got nothing but love, baby. 8 days a week.
And everybody should do this one.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping on the floor. But I the things that you do make me feel alright. Yeah, sure. That'll work out.
That'll be a good one. So I bet most of those Beatles songs are in a good range for you, right?
Yeah, kinda. Especially when they're Paul songs.
Right. So the male vocals that are kind of high
Exactly.
fit you really well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the female vocals that are high are
Exactly.
bad news,
Usually I
right?
take them a step down or a
Yeah.
half step down. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I do assume you guys will be singing, so then usually I do harmonies or something.
Okay.
So that works out fine too, usually.
You know, I did a fly on the wall with Sandy recently, and we did talk about harmony and things like that. So
Yeah.
that's something else that we should address in like one of the breakout sessions
Yeah, that
or
would
some
be
stuff
good.
like that. You know,
Yeah.
and it could, yeah. So
If you start out working on harmonies, don't go for the sound of silence. I'd say go for Everly Brothers.
try something easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they're. You can follow their lines better than
Right.
than making sure what is Paul singing there.
Yeah.
Because it's not very usual where he
Well,
where
the one
he
thing that
is.
was unusual about that, and that's why I brought it up in the thing, is that in a lot of that he's only singing one note, while the other part
Yeah,
is changing.
exactly.
And so sometimes the harmony's a third or a fourth or a sixth, depending
Exactly.
on what Art's
Yeah.
part is doing.
So you were getting into that, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
not that song.
That's, no, and so typical harmony would be thirds, like.
Exactly.
So
That's what the
and
Heavenly
what
Brothers
they
do a
were
lot
doing.
too, right?
Yeah, yeah. And they kind of brought that to rock and roll. I mean, because that had been a more folky country thing to do in the earlier days of in the 20s and 30s when they're like family bands
Right.
that do. Oh, who am I thinking of? The
Carter family? No.
Yeah, Carter family type stuff.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so they they sort of brought that into, and that's where Simon and Garfunkel heard it.
Ah.
That's who was the big influence on Paul and Art.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, talking about harmonies, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
We'll
a
get
lot
to that too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's probably enough for today's update. Maybe we'll do another one later today, or maybe tomorrow, or
Yeah.
something. But I think
Whatever.
we're going to start inundating you with stuff.
Yeah.
So. That's it. This is just our welcome to California
Yeah.
to Vanessa. Really glad you're here, and
Thanks.
we are all just pumped.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
We'll be back soon. See you.
Definitely.